So, I've been doing a lot of work lately on my new manga, obviously, and what helps me get through all of it, the hard work and feeling tired? Well, I play games. I'm a big gamer, and yeah, you're gonna say I'm behind the technology curve here, but yeah, I have been for quite some time. I actually just got my first laptop ever, and but this game I just recently found, and I should have a long time ago. Kingdom Hearts. This game is epic. It's perfect blend of Disney and anime, and I just gotta say this inspires me so much. Uh, Sora is, there's no other way to put this, is the cutest little character that I've ever seen. Um, and Donald and Goofy in an anime setting is just, it can be hilarious, and it's a really awesome game. Another thing um, that gets me through all of this is my obsession. Yeah, I have this bad obsession with anime, and anybody who knows me knows that I do. As you can see behind me, these posters on the wall. Yeah. And a recent favorite is Black Butler. And I've been posting about this non-stop. Yana Toboso is a genius. There's just no other way to put that. Sebastian is sexy. CL is obviously sadistic, but I love him anyway. And the relationship between those two, you can't call it anything else. Yaoi. I mean, it's not. Well, I guess you could say shonen ai because yaoi is a bit more hardcore, I guess you'd say. Um, and that is one of my favorites as well. I want to harp a little bit on Hiromu Arakawa. I I was first introduced to the anime of Full Metal Alchemist by watching it on Adult Swim, and it was the first series. I got introduced to the whole theme of something that's lost cannot be brought back. And that is true in real life, and you have to give an equal amount to get an equal amount. And Brotherhood kind of lost that for me. It was basically, you can do anything and it will be fine. They also made, well, Aaron Dismuke wasn't there, but of course that wasn't his fault because he grew up and couldn't sound like that anymore. But the girl that did Al's voice bothered me. I don't know what it was. It just sounded too girly. And I'm trying to think of what I want to say here. Alicia. The whole Maze Hughes dies and the funeral session, I thought that was a really impacting, important part of the first series that they did not put into the making of Brotherhood. They just kind of left it at he died, and they announced it, and that was the end of it. Mace Hughes played a more important role in the first, and he was really one of my favorite characters. And of course, the whole the whole scene where they went to Shao Tucker's place was cut completely out, and I think that was impacting as well, especially when they found out that he had transmuted his own little girl. It didn't really reach me as much, and I think they should have that in there, but I don't like Brotherhood, just, just saying. Let's see, other things on anime. Holic. Holic is just one of the many fabulous series by Clamp. And Clamp is that they're role models for me, because they do Shonen Ai. They do it lightly, but it's there, and anyone who knows about Clamp and Clamp's works knows that. They put subtle hints, but it's their intention for them to be destined to be together. Well, I probably shouldn't use destiny, because in Holic, as I was talking about, they use the word hitsuzen, which is fate by choice, and that's an interesting thing as well. It's destiny impacted by choices. So they don't use destiny, they use hitsuzen, which is, I think, more of what I believe in. Everybody makes choices, and those choices are affected by how other people respond to their choices. And so it's just this never-ending chain of choices. Holic intertwines with Tsubasa, Reservoir Chronicles, and they're two pieces of a puzzle. You really have to read them both to completely understand the story. The anime of Tsubasa, okay, I don't know what they were thinking. Good intentions to start with, but the second half of the season just went completely off track with the book. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, sometimes they have to, but it looked like they were going to make it into a never-ending series, just where they went to world after world after world looking for feathers, and that was not Clamp's intention. So I call it making another Pokemon series, and all you Pokemon fans are going, no. I'm not making fun of Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but the whole thing is just completely out of control. After the first 200 Pokemon, I stopped counting. How many is there now? I just don't know. And the whole thing with dressing them up, the fashion, it just threw the story. There was, in the Japanese version, which this is going to lead me to another thing that I just completely hate, but I'll get to that in a second. The Japanese series actually had a side story that was going to evolve Pokemon into something completely different, which was a story about Jessie and her mother. And of course, in the Japanese version, her name is Masashi, which was a Japanese warship, sister to, the warship was a sister to another warship that Cassidy from Team Rocket was actually named for. So that had to leave you wondering about the relationship between Cassidy and Jesse, but they completely sidestepped it. They never dubbed it, and I don't know where that went. It really bugs me when somebody tries to go in depth with the story, and somebody says, no, that's too confusing. As a manga creator, when I do an anime of this manga that I'm going to be working on, I don't want somebody to slop up the job. That's not the way that you do it. Bleach. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Bleach now. Somebody said that they're getting out of hand. I watched up into the 200 episode range, and so I can't really comment on that. But someone told me that the Quincy's come back. I'm not sure if that happened or not, but if so, how? It's just like you gotta wonder where they were hiding for some hundreds of thousands of years. So that may be ruined for me. It's just, you don't do what pleases your readers, you do what pleases you. And if your readers don't like it, well, they weren't a true fan in the first place. So that's just what I think. This has been a session on anime by Sakura Kage, and thanks for listening. Please leave comments.